everyone, I'm Kumkum Hirani. In today's Hemingway's iceberg theory in For Whom the Bell Tolls. So here academic information, table of content, and here research question. How does Hemingway's iceberg theory shape the portrait of a war and a human emotion in a For Whom the Bell Tolls? Hypothesis. Hemingway's iceberg theory in For Whom the Bell Tolls convey the deeper impact of the war and human emotions by emphasizing what is left unsaid instead of directly standing characters' thoughts and feelings. Hemingway uses minimalistic narration and subtext, allowing the readers to infer their psychological struggles. These techniques makes them like a sacrifice, fear, and love more powerful. And as the true depth of the story lie beneath the surface of the world. Introduction. For Whom the Bell Tolls, which is published in 1940 by Ernest Hemingway in a modern Okay. Okay. So it followed the Robert Jordan and American volunteer tasked with blowing up a strategic bridge. Hemingway's minimalistic style based on iceberg theory, conveying the deep themes of war, love, duty, and mortality through the actions and the subtle dialogues rather than direct exposition. This technique enhances the realism and invites readers to uncover the novel's deeper meanings, making it a profound exploration of human resilience and existential struggle. Here are some basic information about that. Hemingway was born on July 21, 1990. 1899 in Oak Park. His work as a he worked as a journalist conveying World War One and Spanish Civil War and the World War Two, influencing his realistic and understated writing style. Developed the iceberg theory during his early career, preferring simple, direct prose with deep subtext. Won Pulitzer Prize and the Nobel Prize in Literature for his famous work *The Old Man and the Sea*. He was died in 2nd July 1961 by suicide, leaving behind a legacy as one of the most influential American writers of the 20th century. Here are the information that what is iceberg theory. So basically, Hemingway's iceberg theory means that only some part are visible and I think 10% part are visible and 90% part are invisible in the story. So also known as the theory of omission. This theory states that only a small portion of the story is visible while the deeper meaning remains beneath the surface. Hemingway explained if writers omit something because he doesn't know it, there is a hole in the story. But if he omits something, he knows the reader will feel it. Basically, in iceberg theory, Hemingway uses some simple language and short dialogue, which readers can easily connect with their work. So here are some key aspects like minimalistic style. Means Hemingway uses a short sample and a simple vocabulary. Implicit emotion, the characters' inner struggle are hinted rather than explicitly described. When also we can find in For Whom the Bell Toll, like how Jordan and Maria both are characters, like they struggle from their inner side, but they easily cannot show their emotion to everyone. Like symbolism, the object, action, and dialogue carry deeper meaning. Realism, like a story reflect real life struggle through a restrained narratives. Application of iceberg theory in For Whom the Bell Tolls. Hemingway's iceberg theory means that he doesn't explain everything directly. Instead, he gives small details, and readers have to understand deeper meaning on their own. In For Whom the Bell Tolls, Hemingway uses simple words but deep idea to show emotion, war, love, and death. Here are some topic that how iceberg theory was implied in the For Whom the Bell Tolls, like war and hidden pain, showing without explaining. The characters have a lot of pain and stress because of war, but Hemingway doesn't describe it directly. For the example, like Jordan never say he's scared, but we understand from his thought that he knows he might die. Pablo drinks a lot and acts strangely, which shows that he is mentally suffer, even though Hemingway doesn't say it clearly. The bridge as a symbol, more than just a bridge. The bridge, Jordan must destroy it, not just a military target, it also represents his fate. Even though no one say the mission will fail, we can feel that things may not go well. So Jordan dates bravery without too many words. Hemingway doesn't make Jordan's death dramatic or emotional. Instead, Jordan accepts it quietly. Also, in the ending of the novel, that Jordan know at the last moment that he was die after he destroyed the bridge. So yeah. Example, in the final moment he doesn't scream or cry, he simply think about the nature and his last breath. He makes his bravery more real and powerful. Fifth one is a short and simple dialogue, saying more with less words. Like Hemingway's characters don't talk too much, but their short sentence have a deep meaning. Example, when Jordan talks to Pillar, he doesn't explain everything he feels, but his words shows that he understands life and death. Nature and inner feeling, what the sensory tell us. Like Hemingway often describe mountains, forests, and rivers, but their description reflect what the characters are feeling. Example, when Jordan thinks about life and death, Hemingway describe peaceful mountain, showing Jordan's wish for quiet life. Violence and death, cold and realistic writing. Hemingway doesn't describe war with too many emotion words. Instead, he writes it simply, which makes it feels even more real. For example, when people are executed, Hemingway doesn't add a strong emotion, but this makes the scene more powerful and shocking. Here another topic, the character depth throughout the iceberg theory. Hemingway's characters are not defined by a long description, but through their action, dialogue, and silence. Robert Jordan, who is the main character of this novel, his internal conflict is never fully explained, but these actions are action as his willingness to stay behind and ensure the bridge is destroyed, to show his belief in duty over preservation. His thought of death remains restrained. Hemingway does not explicitly say he is afraid, but use Jordan's reflection on the time, past experience, and nature to imply his struggle. His experience moment of deep introspection, but Hemingway never over-explain his emotion, leaving the reader interpretation his true fear and desire. Another character was Maria. Her past trauma is implied but never fully revealed. Instead of long monologues, Hemingway used brief moments and Maria's quiet reaction to show how deeply she has been affected by her past. Her love for Jordan is not overly sentimental. Instead, it is defined by their shared understanding of fate. Pablo and Pilar. Pablo's betrayal is never justified outright. His motivation are left ambiguous. Pilar's strength is not exaggerated, but Hemingway makes it clear through her protective, instinctive leadership or assertiveness. Their dynamic shift subtly throughout the novel, showing the complexity of human nature in time of war. So here are some symbol in For Whom the Bell Toll. Like Hemingway relies on object, nature, and simple action to convey deeper meaning. The bridge. On the surface, it is simple, a military target. On a deeper level, it represents a Jordan's personal sacrifice and fragility of ideals in a war. Its destruction is a destruction parallels the destruction of Jordan's future with Maria. The earth and the nature. Jordan often feels connected to the earth, symbolize his temporary existence and the for on the foreshadowing his death. Hemingway describes the stillness of nature before battle. Hemingway described the stillness of nature before battle, reinforcing the contrast between life and death. Uh, Death imagery. Death is not dramatized in the novel. Instead, Hemingway used silence before major event to build tension, slow motion perception while characters are in a danger, mirroring real life trauma responses, cold and warmth metaphors to show life slipping away. That he has criticism of theory. Many writers and critics also criticize the iceberg theory. Also, Hemingway's minimalism is both praised and criticized, like a strength. Here, strength of iceberg theory. Like creates depth through the omniscient, making reader actively engage with the text, make emotion more realistic as a people often struggle to express feeling in a real life, encourage the symbol interpretation, giving the novel multiple layer of meaning. Here some criticism, like some readers find his character emotionally distant due to the lack of direct emotional expression. Others argue that certain movement could benefit from more explicit detail, especially regarding characters' motivations. Like comparison to Faulkner and Joyce. So compared to both writer, Hemingway used some easy language and short dialogues rather than Faulkner and Joyce. Like Hemingway's style is opposite to William Faulkner and James Joyce, who used a long, complex sentence and deeper psychological introspection. Some scholars argue that Hemingway's restraint can something reduce emotional and impact. Like also, we can find that James Joyce's work Ulysses are too difficult to understand to compare understand Hemingway's For Whom the Bell Toll or The Old Man and the Sea. So, conclusion. For Whom the Bell Toll is a masterclass in a Hemingway's iceberg theory, uh, demonstrating that what is left unsaid is just as significant as what is written. His minimalistic prose does not equate to a lack of depth. Rather, it challenges reader to uncover meaning beneath the surface. Throughout the rich symbolism and novel explore a profound theme of love, war, and duty and mortality, while its dialogue and action convey the emotion more powerfully than length description. Hemingway poses existential question without offering definitive answer, making the novel a deeply personal and through the provoking experience. His influence remains strong in a modern literature, inspiring writers who strive to convey the depth through the simplicity. So here are the references, and thank you. If you have any question, then ask freely.
My question is, how does Hemingway style compare to the other modernist writer to like William Faulkner and James Joyce?
So also I mentioned during this slide that William Faulkner and James Joyce language are more difficult to understand. Reader cannot understand easily, but once we look at Hemingway's work, For Whom the Bell Tolls, Old Man and the Sea, we can directly engage with that novel and his work. So yeah.
So, Kumkum, my question is does Hemingway's minimalist style make the novel more powerful, or does it limit the reader's emotional connection to the characters?
So I think that it's upon to the reader that how he connect with the characters or the story. When they emotionally connect with the characters, so they find the minimalistic style, and also they feel the inner conflict of the character. But once reader cannot connect emotionally with the characters, so it's a bit difficult to the readers. So according to my perspective, that it's upon to the reader that how they read some works. So thank you, it's from my side.
Can you move to the citation slide in your presentation? Can you identify the error?
Yes.
Yes. Alphabetical order is not maintained, right? Another thing is the last citation of the original text. When you cite the original text, you need to mention the name of the author, right? Simply citing the Amazon website is not enough. It should be MLA style. It should have Hemingway's name first, and then, so the same then would be error in the in-text citation also, because there is one slide where you are mentioning the title of the text, right? But there should be the citation, in-text citation of the author. So these two things you should correct. Another thing is, whenever you have to apply a theory on a particular text and you are providing observations, giving examples from the text, provide specific scenarios and original quotations from the text. That would make it much more understandable and relatable for the people who are following your presentation. You have provided examples, yes, from the story. You are presenting examples from the plot lines, but maintaining original quotations would be a better way to justify the arguments which you present, especially when you are applying an author's theory to their own text, right? So there you need to see how things are working out. So I hope you'll work on these things. Thank you.
Okay.